Hey friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to the channel. It's time to do some fantasy booking because I wouldn't be a real YouTube wrestling channel if I didn't do some fantasy booking. That's right, the internet wrestling community and beyond are going absolutely apeshit crazy over this whole Cody, Roman, Rock, Wrestlemania debacle. The hashtag We Want Cody is like going crazy right now. It's going viral, as they say. And so I thought I would capitalize on that here at WrestleJuice, make some money by doing some really silly fantasy booking. But hey, it's Sunday and it's sort of a hangover day. I got nothing better to do. So why don't we go ahead and do it? I've got 5 scenarios with which WWE is free to use if they choose to pivot away from what it seems like they're doing, and that's Rock versus Roman Reigns, Night 2 WrestleMania main event. If they're going to listen to the fans, it's going to be a true Daniel Bryan moment. Because that underdog, Cody Rhodes, the guy that WWE clearly doesn't want to be the face of the company, to try to get them to listen to the people and launch Cody up into the stratosphere or whatever. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into these fantasy book scenarios. Number 1, the first one I got is called, I titled all these. The first one is called Good Guy Rock. And of course, this is how this goes down on Raw Monday night. Cody's about to accept Seth's challenge for his WrestleMania Night 1 main event. Why it's not going to Bayley versus Io, Rhea versus whoever Rhea's going to face is beyond me. I feel like if you're a woman and you won the Royal Rumble, you just, don't get a main event? Anyways, getting back to it. Cody's about to accept Seth's challenge for WrestleMania by signing a contract, because that's how you accept the challenge, is by signing a contract. But Shinsuke Nakamura attacks. They did this angle tonight on a house show. I'm talking about Sunday night or Saturday. I don't know when it was. They did an angle at a house show where Shinsuke Nakamura attacks Cody Rhodes, and they're going to have a bull rope match tonight on Raw. So the idea here is Shinsuke attacks Cody. That leaves the door open for Drew McIntyre to swoop in and grab the contract away from Cody and sign his name on it. We know that people can do this because John Cena did it once. You can swoop the title contract situation thing. So Drew swoops in, signs it up for himself. So him and Seth have that match. And Cody's like, all right. He goes to the Las Vegas event February 8th. And he's like, well, I'm a man of my word. And Rock, I'm handing this match over to you. And Triple H has told me that my Rumble win is not going to go unclaimed. I'm going to get the title shot, just not at WrestleMania. You just go ahead and take it, Rock. And Rock, seeing that he's a true man of the people, and he sees when these hashtags are trending, he knows which way the wind is blowing, and he doesn't want another Black Adam situation on his hands. So he's like, you know what, Cody, out of the goodness of Rock's heart, let me tell you something. You go ahead and take that match. But Rock says, but you know what, for this, I'm going to be the special guest enforcer, much like Mike Tyson was back when Stone Cold beat the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. And then Cody's like, cool, Rock, you be special enforcer. Rock is the guy to make sure that Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa do not interfere, thereby clearing the way for Cody Rhodes to finish his story at WrestleMania 41. I'll be honest with this. I don't really like this one too much. I wrote it because I needed 5 of them. I don't really like it, though, because it makes everybody look stupid. Let's go to number 2, then. This one's called The Workhorse. I kind of like this because it involves more Cody Rhodes. Now get this. Cody shows up on Raw, accepts Seth's offer. But once again, Shinsuke Nakamura attacks during the contract signing. But Cody is able to beat him in that bull rope match at the end of Raw. And he signs the contract, which had been interrupted earlier in the night. And all sorts of pyro goes off and everybody loves it because we love Cody. Fast forward to the Vegas thing on the 8th. Roman Reigns is pissed. Nobody walks out on Roman Reigns. Nobody plays mind games with the tribal chief. He says he doesn't care about The Rock. He doesn't care about Seth's title and what Cody's got going on night 1 because he's the tribal chief. He's night 2. So he says, look, Cody, I know you want to prove that you're the Workhorse champion. You want the Cody setup and not the tribal chief champion setup. Fine. Then you get Seth night 1, and then you can walk into night 2 and also have this match, which is a triple threat against me and The Rock. And then, as part of the build, you do this thing where Cody realizes that this might be like a handicap match situation against the entire bloodline because Rock and Roman, of course, are cousins. So Cody's thinking, I might have played myself, and maybe you could do some stuff where Rock and Roman maybe inadvertently perhaps play into that idea. So night 1, Cody is on the verge of winning against Seth Rollins, but he gets cashed in on by Damian Priest. Damian Priest wins the World Heavyweight Championship, but Cody doesn't look too bad in the process. Cody's shook. He's like, man, I couldn't even be the loser's bracket champion. How am I going to win the real thing? But then the next night, on night 2, he does win the real thing by stacking The Rock and Roman Reigns. Cody is the undisputed WWF Universal Champion. Did I say WWF? I meant WWE. Let's move on to scenario 3. I think I like this one the best, although 2 is really good too because it's got a lot of Cody Rhodes. Let's talk about scenario 3 here. It's called Wrestlemania 9 Redux. So at the Las Vegas thing, Roman says, this can't be a normal match, Rock, because if you do a leapfrog, a normal wrestling move, you'll end up like Shane McMahon, just quads blown off the bone. So this has to be a special match. It's got to be tribal combat. You remember that shitty match that Roman had with Jey Uso? It was tribal combat and it was way too long. That's what we're going to do because it's not like a regular wrestling match. So Rock can just act like it's an action movie and not do leapfrogs. So, Drew somehow gets himself into the night 1 match with Cody and Seth to make it a triple threat. Drew wins that thanks to, I don't know, it being a triple threat. The next night, you have Rock versus Roman, but in a completely unshocking twist, the Bloodline interferes with The Rock by throwing, I don't know, sand or dirt in his eyes or a flashbulb or something like that goes off. It echoes WrestleMania 9 with Bret Hart and Yokozuna. Roman wins. Out comes Cody. He's got a ref. He says, this won't stand. The people want a real champion. The Rock tells him, go, Cody. Go finish your story. As board member of TKO, I authorize another match. The ref starts a new match. Cody versus Roman. Cody wins. It's literally just WrestleMania 9, but all the people that are on the memes saying that Rock is Hogan, actually, Cody ends up being Hogan. And ironically, because Roman now won't get to beat Hulk Hogan's reign record, whatever you want to call it. That's maybe my best one right there because Cody gets to be Hulk Hogan. That's not good. I don't like that. Never mind. Let's go to number 4. I call this the Shane McMahon. This might be the most likeliest. Now, Cody goes to Vegas, and he's announced as a special enforcer for night 2. Everybody hates it. It's dumped all over, but Cody's a good soldier, and he makes promos saying, hey, look, man, I'm just doing what I'm told around here. And everybody's like, oh, my God, this guy really is the real deal. He's a true soldier. He should be pushed big time. Like 30 seconds of the match, Rock leapfrogs Roman, and then just the muscle on his quads just come flying off the bone, right? Inspired by Snoop Dogg from last year, Cody puts himself in the match and beats Roman. And just like they did with Shane McMahon last year, they don't even acknowledge that Rock was ever even in the match in the first place. What was with that last year? That was so weird. They didn't even acknowledge that Shane McMahon existed after he blew out both of his quads on a simple wrestling move. I'm not saying I could do a leapfrog without blowing out my knees because I don't think I've got any cartilage down there. But I'm just saying I'm not trying to get into WrestleMania matches. Let's go to the 5th and final one. This is called the Cashion. So as it turns out, Rock convinced Cody to step aside because Rock wanted to take not just the WWE title, but the Ula Fala. It's that red necklace thing that Roman Reigns wears that symbolizes him being the true head of the table, the tribal chief. Because Rock's like, without that red thing, I'm not really the tribal chief. I could be worth $2 billion and I still wouldn't be the tribal chief. That's going to be the guy with that red necklace. So he's like, I want to be the tribal chief. And Cody's like, hey man, I respect that. I'm about family. You're about family. So go ahead. And that match is not just for the Ula Fala. It's for the WWE title. On night 1, Cody challenges Damian Priest and he goads him into putting Money in the Bank on the line. I love the word goad. He goads him into putting Money in the Bank on the line. So night 2 comes around. Cody's like, hey, you know that line at the beginning of my theme song? There's more than one royal family in wrestling. Well, guess what? Now there's only going to be one royal family because the McMahons are not really a thing anymore. And I'm going to be head of the Anoa'i Samoan dynasty and the Rhodes dynasty. And so I'm going to cash in on that shit. What does he do? Stacks Rock and Roman Reigns. He gets the Ula Fala, the WWE title, and everybody's happy at that point because he's like the new head of the table guy. There you go. You guys got anything better? Let me know in the comments below, man. I don't want some simple comments. I don't want you guys saying, Steve, this is crap. Fine. If you think it's crap, do better. Do better. Drop some novel-length comments below on the YouTube channel, and let's hear your creative writing suggestions. I want your fantasy books for how WWE can pivot away from this absolute train wreck of a booking decision. Leave them in the comments below, and while you're at it, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. My dog, she was not replaced by a balloon. She's right here. That's her.